Welcome back to my F1 Championship Edition career mode. Today we're at round number 3 for, unfortunately, the Australian Grand Prix. If anyone's played this game, specifically played Australia on this game, they know this is not going to be fun for anyone involved. There will be inevitably some corner cuts, there will be some penalties, there'll probably be some auto spin curbs, there'll probably be a very underwhelming result that awaits us at the end of this race. We had a moderately unsuccessful race in Malaysia, so let's go to Australia for a guaranteed unsuccessful race. Immediately things didn't go to plan because the setup I'd chosen wasn't very good. As you can see, on my qualifying lap we're maxing out at a lot lower speed than an F1 car should be going, and just to add to the pain and misery we felt in that moment, the Ferrari spins us round at turn number 3. God knows how I didn't gain some kind of damage from that contact. Despite the ominous look of this setup, I did for some reason carry on in qualifying, despite the fact I was maxing out before the start-finish straight. We complete a lap, we go 19th, which for a Toro Rosso is pretty good, but for F1 Championship Edition and what we want to achieve, it's absolutely shocking. Looking back at this, I don't really know why I didn't go and change my setup. I genuinely have nothing, but we complete another lap, we go 18th, we go a little bit faster. Obviously not fast enough because we are quite comfortably nowhere near P16, the cut-off, which we need to get. And because of that, we quite deservedly so go out in Q1. I think that's the first time it's happened this season. Not only that, we've lost to Liuzzi. I'm sure this race is going to be amazing. I mean, we're only 6 tenths off our teammate and 8 tenths off getting into Q2, so I'm sure we're going to recover this in the race. I have full faith that I'm gonna fucking drown. The only thing really of note to happen in qualifying was Kimi Räikkönen going out in Q2. I would make fun of him, but to be fair, I've got absolutely no leg to stand on. And it's going to be Felipe Massa starting from pole position for the Australian Grand Prix, with Jarno Trulli getting a surprise front row in the Toyota. Looking at this result though, I was unironically praying there was going to be a Trulli train and I could just make up positions. I wasn't at all hopeful of that, but I thought maybe I could be lucky. At this point I was still just so blindly optimistic and naive. Delusional, I think is the word actually. So here we go for the Australian Grand Prix. What's your prediction? What do you think I'm going to achieve this race? Let me know in the comments below. Anything too insulting, you'll be getting a strongly worded reply. Okay, let's try and actually get some optimism going. We can still get a fairly decent result from this race. We have 5 lights. Fucking really? Now? Really?
Someone left the iPhone in my cockpit.
Lights out and away we go in Australia. 18 laps ahead of us. Will we complete all of them? That is a very good question, but it's been a decent start. We've got Liuzzi offline up in the P17. We're going to look to the outside of turn number 1, be extremely cautious because the AI are famously quite reckless. Speaking of reckless, I've lost it on the outside of turn number 1 and immediately dropped down to P20. For the second time in a row, we've blown it immediately and lost positions off the line. But we're still going. That's the important thing. We've got... actually, no, I tell a lie. We've got damage. It's not much. It won't affect us too much. But I was about to say we've got no damage. I didn't realise I have a yellow wing. In more positive news, we are still ahead of Yuji Ide. Realistically, my goal going into this was just to finish the race. It didn't really matter if I finished last. I just wanted to finish. If I can move up positions, fantastic. I mean, we've beaten Montero through turn number... I've forgotten because that corner doesn't actually exist anymore. Give me 2 seconds. This is the second time in a row that I've had to pause commentary to look at the track map. Turn 10. I forgot it was a different layout. I am an excellent commentator. Anyway, heading down towards turn number 11. The corner is going to be the subject of many corner cuts and penalties, I'm sure. We're going to take it nice and wide, nice and easy, and actually get a brilliant run through turn number 12 and actually are going to attack our teammate down towards turn number 13. Looking to the outside, we've got a car retiring up ahead. See if we fall victim to the oil spill. Looks like we're going to avoid that one. We're going to make up a position on our teammate, making up a position thanks to the retired Williams car. Go on the outside of Christian Albers. Up into P16 we go, and suddenly, after a shocking start, it seems we seem to be quite good at the third sector, and we're going to end the opening lap P16 and actually moving up the field. I would say we've found some momentum, but I'm going to hold off and just see how long this momentum actually lasts. Come to the end of the fourth lap, it seems we've held on to it a bit. We're right on the back of Christian Klein. We won't be overtaking the Red Bull because my straight line speed is absolutely atrocious. As you can see, as we come down towards turn number 1, we've got absolutely no hope of overtaking in a straight line. We're going to have to do it in the corners. But we have pulled away from Albers, and it seems we are on pace with the midfield. Whilst it seems we're absolutely atrocious down the straights, we seem to be pretty consistent and pretty capable in the corner. Oh, fuck. Well, at least we were able to recover quickly and get past Albers immediately. I guess that's something. Exactly a lap later, we were closing onto the back of Klein very slowly. We were pulling away from Albers, and unfortunately, there is no cars around me, which means only one thing as we come through turn number 10. Yep, I have spun the car all on my own. I'm not a fan of turn number 10 on this track. Thank God they got rid of it in a later update. I'm going to tell you now, that will not be the last time you see me spin at turn 10, but again, we're at least still ahead of Yuji Ide. Oh look, another clip where I'm absolutely nowhere near anyone and heading towards turn number 10. Wow, didn't see that one coming. I guess you could make the argument that I completely deserve that by the fact that I'm not remotely on the track. But still, given how it's F1 Championship Edition, I'm still going to blame the autospin curbs. Watching this back though, I don't really know how I have the right to blame the game. I'm not even close to being on the track, but still, horrendous autospin curves on this track. Terrible track. Unsurprisingly, thanks to the number of spins I've been having, my tyres were absolutely shot by the end of my stint. So, with 9 laps remaining, we're going to come into the pit for our pit stop. We're 20th place. We're beating Ide, which is good, but we're nowhere near points or a top 10 or any other car really other than Yuji Ide. So we're just gonna try and finish the race. That's all we can really hope for now. That's my only goal, obviously, and beating Ide. We're actually going to be close to Ide as we come out the pit, so it looks like we're going to have to battle the Japanese driver for yet another time. Never mind, he has taken me out on the exit at turn number 2. Thank you, Ide. But at least he hasn't given me damage. I guess that's a small positive. You know, I think it's very easy to blame the developers for the state of this game sometimes, but you know what? While the wet weather is questionable and the autospin curves are horrible and the AI are just brick walls whenever you make contact with them, you got to give them credit where it's due. They've absolutely fucking nailed Yuji. They've absolutely nailed Ide's out. They've absolutely nailed Ide's... that's really difficult to say. They've absolutely nailed Ide's... fucking hell. They've absolutely nailed Ide's AI. Well, I fucked the delivery of that joke, didn't I? I'll be honest, I've got what round this is, but here we go again, battling Ide. Hopefully we can make an overtake on him and not make contact with him on this occasion. Okay, that one's on me. We've got a yellow nose cone, but again, that's not going to bother us whatsoever. We're still going to overtake Ide as we come on to the pit straight. For the love of God, please can I get through turn 1 and him not rear-end me? That's all I want really. I just want to get away from him. I don't want to deal with him. He's rear-ended me again. I hate this guy. I actually hate this guy. And now we're being lapped. I've never been so mad at an AI that's been so perfectly programmed, but my God. Now I'm hitting Massa. I think this genuinely might be just frustration with Ide at this point, with why I'm not getting out of the way. I've got no reason not to get out of the way. It's not like I'm fighting for anything, but I think I was just so dead set on wanting to beat Ide. But what? I don't understand why I'm battling Massa. Just get out of the way. Oh, we finally get out. We finally get out of the way into turn 9, so that I'm going slower into turn 10, and yet somehow I've still fucking lost it. I don't understand this corner. As you can imagine, that kind of marked the end of my race at this point. We kept spinning through turn number 10, so my tyres were absolutely shot. We were only able to catch Ide annoyingly, and we were a lap down. and we were actually able to get through turn 10 on the final lap. Well, that's somewhat insulting, to be honest. And just to give me one last fuck you, there's oil spill on the racing line. We hit it and immediately go into the barrier. We've lost our nose cone, we've lost our wing. This is just the perfect end to what has been an absolutely shit race, as we have to Austin Powers it, and we've got a fucking puncher. Thanks, game. Thank you. I wasn't suffering enough, so thank you for making sure that I am. This race looked so promising at the start. We had a brilliant first lap, actually. And now we have to crawl back. We'll crawl the final half of our lap and be lapped by absolutely everyone. We've been lapped by a teammate, and we've got a penalty as well. Not that it really matters, but being taken out by AI, damage, punches, auto spin curbs, and the penalties. Let's just have it all this race. So we very slowly crawl to a race finish, but P21. Honestly, I'm glad that's over. Felipe Massa wins the race. I think that's his second race win in a row. Fernando Alonso P2, with Fisichella making it a Renault double podium. And Kimi Raikkonen was unable to get into the points after his poor qualifying, but especially now, I'm definitely not going to take the piss out of him. We come home a lap down in P21. We weren't able to overtake the broken down car of Heimfeld because he was a lap ahead of us. So we didn't even gain a position thanks to that oil spill. It was genuinely just an inconvenience for no good reason. In the drivers, Massa now leads the way 3 points over Michael Schumacher with Fisichella in P3. We've dropped down to P8 obviously because we've had two genuinely shocking races. To be honest, I give it one more race before I'm on the second page of these results. And in the constructors, Ferrari have a comfortable lead over Renault and McLaren, and it's looking like it's going to be a Toro Rosso Toyota fight for P5 in the constructors. The one positive I can take from this video though is I did have a team ability test as the second driver, and thank God it was at Magny-Cours, because after the race I had, I just wanted to absolutely batter the AI. I really needed it. It's very therapeutic. There's not really anything to cover, it was just I had to beat Scott Speed's lap time, and because it was at Magny-Cours, I absolutely fucking demolished him. And my God did it feel good. And I need to desperately hold on to this good feeling because next up we're going to Imola.
It can't go on like this, can it?
It can.